You said that chemicals in the water, which are put there by the government, are turning frogs gay in a gay bomb.
There are more than 1,000 university studies from England to Australia to South Africa to Mexico to Austin, Texas, that atrazine is literally making male frogs gay. They don't want to have sex with female frogs, and their populations are plummeting and even becoming extinct. Boom.
The one that's sort of remarkable is this pair. These are both males. The one on the bottom, acting as the female, we affectionately refer to as Darnell. He's a genetic male that not only acts like a female, he lays eggs like a female. She has been exposed to atrazine all of her life. I don't even really know how to reference it. This is Darnell's third clutch. So Darnell has sons and daughters that we've grown up. You can see eggs in the bottom. This is actually her second clutch for today. She has been copulating for getting close to 24 hours now. This is probably one of the most remarkable things I've seen in my work.
Now, there it is, the gay bomb. Look it up for yourself. I mean, this is what do you think tap water is? It's a gay bomb, baby.
Alex Jones was right all along about everything. In this interview, Piers Morgan tries to paint him as a deranged person spewing conspiracy theories for financial gain. The problem is that he was right about all of it. From the gay frogs and how atrazine is in our tap water to Pizzagate, which was later supported by the Epstein files, where pizza was repeatedly used as the FBI-identified pedo code word. With all roads leading back to that little pizza parlor in D.C., he's been right for decades while they called him crazy.
But, this is some of the stuff you said on air, right? In 2017, you had to apologize after promoting the infamous Pizzagate fake story that a Washington pizza restaurant was the locale of a child sex abuse ring run by Hillary Clinton and her campaign chairman. After 9/11, you called it an inside job perpetrated by the US government. You said that chemicals in the water, which are put there by the government, are turning frogs gay in a gay bomb. You said Michelle Obama is a man. In a 12-minute video, you analysed footage of photographs proving that Mrs. Obama has a penis. You said that Robert Mueller, the former FBI director who investigated Trump's Russia ties, which turned out to be a
can
fake
we stop?
story,
Can we hold on?
was
Can
a
we
demonic.
take each one of these?
Well, hang on. Was a demonic pedophile?
No, I don't know. It's nonsense. And if you took your time through all those points you just raised, I can back every one of them. There are more than 1,000 university studies from England to Australia to South Africa to Mexico to Austin, Texas, that atrazine is literally making male frogs gay. They don't want to have sex with female frogs, and their populations are plummeting and even becoming extinct. Boom. Then 9/11, I don't think radical Islam doesn't exist. There were criminal elements in our government that it came out even in the hearings that stood down and did nothing. So you rattle off
9/11 was not an inside job. Michelle Obama is not a man. Robert Mueller is not a demonic
let me
pedophile.
talk about Michelle Obama.
And
Let me
in
talk about Michelle
Pizzagate,
Obama.
Hillary Clinton didn't
Michelle
run a
Obama.
child abuse ring from a pizza
Let me talk about Big Mike.
These are all ridiculous lies.
Let
And
me
here's
respond.
the point, Alex. You're not a stupid man.
You just repeated them again.
You're not a stupid man.
I'm going to talk over you then.
You know these things
If you don't
are
let me talk, I'm
untrue.
going to talk over you. Let me talk. That is a transcript you have. I was playing a clip of Joan Rivers 2 months before she died with fire exploding out of her mouth in a surgery. She said, Michelle Obama is a tranny. Everybody knows that we already have a gay president. And I was quoting what she said, and I was questioning what people were saying. That's Joan Rivers. Now let's move on. What was the other one? What was the other one you were saying?
Robert Mueller is a demonic pedophile.
Robert Mueller is definitely... Okay, let's talk about Pizzagate. I didn't generate Pizzagate. It was in the WikiLeaks documents. A whole bunch of Aleister Crowley Satanism.
You apologize because you promoted that conspiracy theory too.
No.
Here's my point, Alex. I don't think you really believe any of these things. I think you realized early on in your life that there was a lot of money to be made from fueling conspiracy theories, and you have made a ton of money from it.
I said Jeffrey Epstein 13 years ago ran an island in the Caribbean with kidnapped children. I said the Nexium cult was branding people 5 years before it broke. No, I had the sources and I had the guts. I lost viewers saying Sandy Hook might have been staged. I lost some of my reporters. That is not true, what you're saying. I don't sit there and think of a story I'm going to say. I've got too many stories here. And then say, oh, I'm going to lie about this thing. I said Jussie Smollett, despite the fact I was already sued by Sandy Hook, I said the day after it, before anybody else, I said, I think it's staged. I think at 2:30 in the morning, 22 below zero
I agree.
in Chicago.
I thought it stunk
black
too.
guys walking around.
But here's my
and
point,
two white
Alex.
guys
Again,
put bleach
here's my
money and
point
all
to
this.
you. Here's my question for you.
I believe it.
You are a smart enough person, from interviews I've seen of you with Joe Rogan for 3 hours, you're more than smart enough to do a show where you genuinely examine stories like Jussie Smollett and you ask the right questions, as a journalist would do. But I don't think you are a journalist, and you're certainly not a trained journalist, but you don't come at it like a journalist. You come at it as a commercial operator who's made a fortune from fueling conspiracy theories which are ludicrous. And to a point...
Let me respond to that. You've said that lie.
Let me finish.
You've said that lie 5 times. Piers, you had me here. Let me respond to each lie you spew.
Let me finish.
Your goal is to spew lies.
Let me finish.
I'm going to tell you again. I'm not against capitalism, and the people earn money normally and naturally. That's great. If I sell $70 million of food and supplements and books and films, and we make $20 million off that, and I pay my crew and my bandwidth and pay myself a couple $1 million a year, that is accurate. But the idea that I have billions of dollars and the idea that I did these
I don't think you've made billions of dollars.
things,
I think you've made several $100 million, and some of the products included very false claims about diet supplements and toothpaste, which could be used to fight coronavirus. And you were sent to cease and desist.
No, all I said is that silver on contact kills all viruses just like sunlight. And I said vitamin D3 is an antiviral and vitamin C is, and it's a fact. And I also said, Piers, that the studies they'd already done with mRNA vaccines showed they didn't protect you and they erase your immune system, and you've had to apologize.
Well, actually,
No,
just to clarify, they do protect you from coronavirus. The difference was that a year into the pandemic, it emerged that the initial feeling that if you had the vaccine, you couldn't transmit it, turned out to be wrong. But they do
Any
protect
real
you.
vaccine
They do protect
actually
you. And in
protects
fact,
you. Hey, Piers,
millions of people,
you and
millions
others are
of
going to
people
stand
are
in
alive
Nuremberg
today
too.
because they took the vaccine.
You're going to stand in Nuremberg too. You're going to stand in Nuremberg too. Did you get money from Big Pharma?
No, I didn't get any
all
money.
These other media people.
We're going to take. Listen. The vaccines work.
Did you get money?
The vaccines
Did you get money
work,
like
and they
CNN
saved
for pushing Prozac?
millions of lives. However, let's take a short break.
No,
I want to come back with our final segment.
It
and I want to ask you one last question in the final segment.
So now you can just casually talk about how they didn't stop transmission, which was the biggest argument for making them mandatory. If you're going to spread it either way, then why would a young, healthy man take something with potential side effects just to protect him from what's essentially a common cold? The entire protect your grandma narrative was the only reason the public accepted this. And now the mainstream media is just casually shrugging their shoulders like the science changed. You cannot destroy the economy, ruin people's lives over a guilt trip, casually admit it was a lie, and then expect people to listen to you. They weaponized that guilt trip to paint free-thinking people as a danger to society. It was never about public safety. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Did Alex Jones just completely expose the media's big pharma grift?